emotional management. It's like the harmony of being, being yourself and being with others, and that's what.
Sekarik mau husu hau dia hau bela dehan kata hau dia tambah hau foi recupera husi traumatiku bot.
No mostra, se o mala reconhece que o precisa, no one can change your mind. I'd say if you truly not believe it, asang, how dia kela?
Narang Edilberto no how Gen Z yeah, happy to be here today.
Hi, narang Aiden Monteiro no how agora serviço nesang arquiteta estagiária em Portugal.
My name is Auxilio, civil engineer and musician, songwriter, and a rapper. Yeah, that's it.
Hau narang Febio Duarte Briz Correa Guterres. Dalam barak hau belum sira bola hau idu quando iha escola iha uma ka iha fatin sira nebeke hau iha ambiente nebeke hau involve ba.
Hau narang Lucian, hau husi município Lauten, posto Los Palos, suku Soru.
Hi guys, hau narang Ichi Sepeda, hau husi Manufahi, Same, agora dedang hau finalista estudante parteira e hau UNTL.
Hanarang Mariana Fatubay de Carvalho, hau Mayosi Dili, no hanarang Bolu Rino.
Narang Fei, hau anesan comunidade LGBTI, identifica anesan transfeto, no agora dedau ela ia Dili, hau si município Rua, Mariana no Same.
Agora dedau saída mak senti mak content. Because I can't say that it's bad nor good, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. No tem que accept what neve que pronto, dia no la dia que it shapes your whole experience. So for me, so far, I'm content.
Okay. In general, hasenti how dia.
Hau diag.
Okay. Do you often feel like the band when you guys like so?
Okay, it's depende ba sa makatuhusu o dia kalay. Tamba imabalo ni maka dalam rumah sira usu o dia kalay. Sira dalam rumah lahat lolos tene kondisão ni unsa. Iha balo ni maka sira usu tene kondisão o dia kalay. Por si sira ninya entonação, no si sira na maneira tu usu ita belihat tene kata emane anota botrum usu ita. Nebe ita tu hatambamos. Depende ba emane maka tu perguntas. Emane maka basically ita tu hatamba dan o dia kalay. How diag. Maybe husita ni entonação, emane bela anota kata you're not right, you're not fine. You say you're fine, but you're not fine. So it's depend who we are talking to and how we actually say it. So it's sounds like a simple question, but it is not a simple question.
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah.
Maybe what makes you feel really good today?
I can breathe, I can breathe. That's something to be grateful for.
Sekarik mau husu hau dia hau bela dehan kata hau dia.
Hau, graças a Deus, dia mesmo que fisicamente lá dum dia, e mora situa me be mentally I'm good.
Yeah, how dia?
Hau diag. Dalam rumah sendiri orang masih nafatin tengki ya, forsa nafatin.
Emotional management. It's like the harmony of being, being yourself and being with others, and that's what.
For me, self-awareness. So mental health is a very, how do you say, it's a personal thing. It's a very personal thing. Only you can feel whether you need the help or not. No more so omala reconhece que o precisa. No one can change your mind. I'd say if you truly not believe it, asang how dia kela. Mas lagi o parece la dia. Maybe o nyang rasik. Like how dia kela. So it's more of self-awareness. You have to be aware of yourself if you need it or not. The mental illness for me.
What comes to mind if I hear about mental health? Hasen dine pregunta nebe que complexo teves. Tamba, if you asked me that 5 years ago, I would say I know nothing, or I know it's not something that I think about often. But now that you're talking to me and asking about what I feel or what I know about mental health, I think it's an integral part of me. I would say is as important, or some days more important than my physical well-being. I think mental health complements your physical well-being.
Vanyira haurona mental health, lefoni maka comes to my mind, it's about emotional management. It's about people's emotion. And uhinsa ita manesa ita niya sentimento, ita niya emoção, ita niya vida diariamente niyan. Tamba emotional health, it's like something that affects our whole day. Vanyira how diak, how emotional diak, então how niya day-to-day activity nemo say productive. Maybe sa vanyira how niya emoção ni makala diak, botruma ni maka fácil mos say susar bahawa to halo. That's how important it is, mental health, yeah. Ita niya vida diariamente, especially for myself.
Ita kuliah kono mental health. Nia foca liu ba ema ida ni hanoin, ida na veke serviço ho harmoniza atu conecta ho ita emoção. Dala barak ema considera ami hanesa castigira husi culturalmente kamaromak, ne veke fo ami isin la completo. Ya ida ne indiretamente foi impacto buat ba saúde mental. Dala barak kami isolado aminian, ia momento ema barak ema phone, ausente depressão. How lai ha força atu contra stigma sira husi comunidade. Depressão ne continua husi how iha banco primária até how remata mi secundário.
Saúde mental, saya makmose hanya knowing maka healthy relationship. Tambah hira ita iha kolega, ita halo relação ema sede, ita dia mental health ne stabilos. No ida tambah ka mental health ne mai how hanesan secret los, segredo los. Significa saya maka tama mai hanya moris ne, ida ne how tenki tais batais. Tambah nia sei causa foi impacto ba hanya mental health. Either dane ema ou hanya serviço, hanya escola, how tem que cuidar ali dia, nia labele sobo na hanya mental health, né? Tamba how cuidar los, how cria, how cresciuma, how loke matang, how for afirmação hanya angkat kone tem que hambrik meeting, quando saúde meeting, buat superfície uma label halo nak doko. Yes.
Sekali kuliah kono ba saúde mental, ida turhan de compreensão, né, nessang ida ne condição ida, ya emania psicologia, depois emania annoying, ne bele foi impacto ba buat barak tu. So sila ninia mood, depois sila ninia behavior, halok sila ninia sila halo, depois sila ninia perspektivo mos bele mudança wan hira sila ninia mental health ladung stabil.
Banhira how quando ba saúde mental, em primeiro hanoi maka quando ba impacto bot di hanoi maka banhira itala controla maka tabele sai deficiência psicológica. Tambah tambah dia deficiência psicológica tambah faktor balak ne bema contribui a saúde mental ne buat balak tambah ema toto atene kata buat tira orang ni paling itanya mental health. Então, se o ini tela cuidado dani ita bela sai deficiência psicológica ou mulas mental.
Oke, ini iha buat ruan nebe maka sinti ita precisa colher. So quando iha relação nebe ma dia então nesse halo ita grow, nourish. So quando relação nebe ma la dia então nesse sai essa tempestade para ita tem que sobreviver. Então depende. Nebe mai how pessoalmente hareba han experiência ho hanya colega sira relação ho colega ho família ida ne nia sira faz parte mos ba how memórias atu how bele han brik meeting to agora ne.
For me personally, ita ne afeta makaslos ba ita niya saúde mental ne ema sir ne makita ne sursor niya ne feita makaslos ita belhareu si parte positivo no mo si a parte negativo niyan. How ema ida ne maka gosta mesak. Maybe la significa katak I wanna be alone, but I don't wanna be lonely. Tamane maka how ne círculo ita conhece mabarak. Maybe not easy for us to open up to everybody, to everyone. There are certain people that we feel comfortable to talk to about our feeling, our emotion, what do we do, how are we feeling. But there is also at times that we are not feel comfortable to share everything. Sometimes we just want to keep things for ourselves.
I think I'm very aware that relationship has a certain impact on our mental health. That's why I have different groups for different groups of friends for areas that I'm developing in as a person. So I would have friends in my music career, and I'm developing like my music, and I would have different friends for that. Then I would have like friends for my engineering career, and they would be different from the rest. And then I would also have friends who are developing their relationship with God, and you know, and the next one would be just my family. They give me purpose in life, and yeah, I think it's very important.
My how relationship ho ema seluk ne afeta tebes mahani vida. Why do I say that? It's because I've been surrounded by many good people. So I feel like if I did something wrong, if we have a conflict between us and other friends, it will just drain me. I think it's the biggest impact I would have in my life as a day-to-day life. That's connection. I live with connections with other people. So that's very relationship with other people. Hani kolega, hani animal, hani phone. It's relationship it's what shapes my life, I'd say.
Ooh, as a social being, I think mental health, relationships impact me in two different ways. And I would categorize it as if the relationship is positive and if the relationship is fuels me, if the relationship fuels me, then it would bring up and improve my mental well-being and mental health overall. While negative or toxic relationships, that would degrade my mental health by a long shot. So it can go both ways. I think positive relationships, improvement in mental health, negative and toxic relationships, it will make my mental health decline. Yeah.
Seita kuliah kona ba relação na que foi impacto me how iha mental health, how se kuliah kata ba relação na que foi impacto negativo, desde how iha nível aprendizagem iha pré-secundário ka dalam barang SMP, iha ne ba how se hanesan objektu bullying ba iha kolega sira. Idane lori how dalam barang hanesan value iha post-traumatic stress disorder bali juga mental health ne how susah los atu halo interação social ka comunidade indiretamente how rasik lakon hon confidencial tambo post-traumatic quando how kuliah hauin buat nebe mak how sente nak dedar kare kau halo sarak how tumbak ematu fot an julgamento rumah tambah how salah sira kare kidane how akar kapela ba comunidade ka público Fo mundo ka espaço ida pa ema hori vicência hotu atu moris liberdade. Hapara discriminação, hapara bullying bo ema. Ema hotu binha condição maklahanesan, estrutura físico malahanesan, mas se tanya hanuen, condição físico, e tanya condição saúde mental hotu hanesan.
Idane em primeiro se hanya família. Então, ita tem kata sociedade ni mai ho sistema patriarcal kata mana ni tem que asane se o enredo saiu se box ira né então sociedade ni hanoi ni o sempre julga discrimina no sempre forçala então em primeiro bahau né how sempre menhira how identifica nessa transfeto então how dúvidas how ni arasi maybe how sinti kata idane buat na bema ka biologicamente existe haunia então hala bele atu kali que tempo na bema kau bele muda então ne hau bele kali que buat hirak ne kan mai husi itenya rasi kali te sinti atu confortável atu muda então te bele se te sinti la dia kan então te mantém o buat na bema ka existe ona itenya então em primeiro maka hau dúvidas de hana depois segundo maka hana família em primeiro hau hana família sempre Fosala, então dani dalam rumah hetang diskrimina, hetang julga, usia na família rase, tambah la tene sila la comprende ou sila tene informação quando ba matéria de show gini. Então, liu sila ne, how sempre, how ni maneira rase, how dia kata, insapa how tu bele influência na família se compreende quando ba how ni an rase. Então, how ma tem que mai ho hau ni matene klasi kan então hau tem que aprender buat também maka hau silong heta então em momento na ba hau soro ona stigma diskriminação sa família mas bem hau na patin força hau den kata Moris ma tem que essa ne dunia mas apa ita tem que luta ba itanya Moris então hau continua buka informação sira hanesang aku diva pahet treinamento quando ba shogi ou insapa ita bela teni tenya então hau teni quando ba idane nona nei hau sempre kuliah ba hau nia mai no hana mai sempre compreender quando ba hana situação mas bem hana pai nia emana bem maka difícil lo satu compreender quando ba dane então hau na fating influência nene mas que fating kalau mantém mudança na fating ba hana família então hau sempre hau todo stress barak hau maybe hau tu kuliah sai bese no hatu bukan emana bem maka tu contra então banhira tu yo treinamento hau compreende ona condena né então hau brani atu kuliah sai ona ba hau família rasi então ya momento na ba hanya paimos rona ona hau kuliah hau envolve atividades né nia compreende ona kata no ia vizinho balmos suporta dia kata a fene ia sempre ativo em atividades sereres. Pasti ia a melhor ni sempre ia buat nembe man bele for benefício ba ia família lá sekan então ana pai mo sinte kata la sinte kata dia sede mo ko sinti bon yang confortável então halo de importante mana liga merugikan família então hau na fatin continua ainda ne di fone bem makatu motivo na hau atu hau bil halo buat rumah ya ni família rasi então to ene maka hau começa contente ona hau começa lá iha ona kata wanhi hanya família sim ona hau hala preocupa ona ho comunidade sila ne memang que hanya sesuai
Personally, how agak trust isu itu amo ema, ala dong sidak bela tu konta saya ninya expressão kami sentimento mo ema tambah. Saya kata ya no ini kata ya in the end of the day ini no one cares about you. Sida akonta agora vai ini abang saya belua ona. Tambah emang sia ia medang ia atividade kesibukan. Jadi sida rona tohi abang dalam masih belua ya. No, senti ini what's the point kar kau share.
Oke, turun experiência, a minha família de bem maka sira dia maneira expressa domi Hirus tahu lá diretamente. Lá tem yang kata, how kau situação sana, 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 sana. Ida koko tu resolve siranya problema rasik. Então, hamos consciente quando vai dane, hau sente essa melarang ne, ladung loke bemalu. Então, hama koko tu lori topik ne vai a mesa. Então, hau começa liu se hau minha experiência rasik, hau bem normalmente quando a minha mutu que lá, los balu bok telefone tur hela balu hela, então hau liam bota des ni mirona lai ba rona lai sa ya stress los sana sekolah ni sana hani hau ni hanoi ni barak los da rumah sa MC kole harus ni ma rona lai semana ida nene hau serviço ni kole los hau burnout los nebe favor ida se sábado todo domingo la beli interrompe hau hani mental ni agora ni fraco los nebe se den sa fraco des ni Somos ane, vai lá sane haudian, lai ma, ita ni mental ne, laos de ita estável le, tembe da rumos how down, agora how down la mai hare tok, hanoinha sane, how baru kasoro ema mai mas how tama quarto, ni tam how cole los. Nebe mai se tem compreende sane, mai se kono ba serviço cole que dia ne, labu tira normal la, ita kono hato ita ni situação agora ne, botne normal. Então, se irmos começa, ok, se irmos começa a adaptar, né? Então, da rumah me conversa, se irmos dizer, mas hau stress sa, tama, hani serviço na cliente nessa. Então, vamos começa na. Começa, depois, eu tempo contente, se irmos fahena. Eu contente lo, hau hetang gosam bônus nessa. Então, família nessa começa a open up quando ba sir ni mental, saúde mental, né? Quando ia fraco, sir hato. Quando ia estável, gadia kan sir hato.
Ihan malarang hau senti so hama bem fai kono ba saúde mental baya hau nia alin sira dalam rumah ba hau nia main tambah nia kesibukan barak usia então hau sempre sharing kali ita tem que gerir tinha emoção sira gerir tinha stress dan mesmo dia katune itu lebih impacto bagi tinha saúde mental então se o hira maka ita sempre aquila ita la gerir o dia nervoso let ita ne bele ni impacto bot torna impacto bot bagi tinha saúde então dan maka la rumah hau share bahau nia bi sira dalam rumah sira masa aquila maka então hau precisa fanoi basira atunane sira bele diangkat sebenarnya ita la geri itinya emoção ka ita la geri itinya stress ne dia kan ni impacto bot jadi maka dalam rumah ita bele hetang stroke bele hetang mos ini memang acontece então.
Okay, iha amin yung malarang hawal dehan mental health ne laos buat ne maka ami kuliah diretamente, maybe ami kuliah indireita. Hau kuliah exemplo hanesan hau ya alin feto sira barak. Dalam rumah hanesan ami sente, ami here malu ne balon ida ne bane lanung kontente, nya sente no hela date, nya maine dalam rumah ne toba hela date. We ask each other. We don't ask that person directly, but we ask each other. For example, my sister A is sick, and then I'm going to ask my sister B, which is closer to the sister A, and then she will answer me, or maybe she's tired, she has a lot of homework, she just had an exams. Buat hirek ne hotu, entang husin ba ami hate nakata nia kondisau ne, nia toba hela date tamba nia calling, nia Hirus helade tamba karik ne problema escola rumah, serviço rumah ne maka halonia haluan sana. Então vai hira ida ne acontece, ami koko atu compreende malu, ami koko atu cria espaço ida ne maka mais fácil bania atu acesso bobuat ida ne maka nia precisa. Por exemplo, se hira nia kolen liu nia mai toba, então ami buka hati tama sama nia toba, sekarik nia kolen, ami husik nia toba telai. Ya parte seluk mos, hau mos iha mau sira balu, hanesan mental health, sira hanesan hau pessoalmente, iha uma bem hau konon sa sente calling ou stress liu, hanamang boss, nia la mai colher diretamente o dia kalai, mas nia bele anota, usi hau ninia oi, usi hau ninia interação no sira bela anota kata I'm not okay. And Husi sira ni maneira nenhuma que sira colheu hau ninia ni, lilu hanamang bot, dalam rumah nia sempre sen hasa kuota sira ne, nia sen mai hau, ou nia sen video sira ne, sen mai hau, depois maka dalam rumah ya video ne maka barak liu, então nia selecionado tia ni hili, ou video ida ne maka dia liu o nonton ida ne, dalam rumah ita tu nonton mas ita kolen liu, dalam rumah nia fo short summary, ba video ne maka nia sen mai hau ne, nia tete kata ida ne, video ida ne o nonton ida ne, nia se ajuda atau go through your days and something like that. Nabe Ami la kuliah diretamente, maybe ami indirectly, ami help each other, atu cria environment ida maka comfortable, atu cria environment ida maka it's okay to feel tired, it's okay to feel not to be okay because you are a human being, but it's not okay to give up.
Talk about it. Usually it's at the dinner table where my siblings would give, I would like to call it constructive criticism. And it's like the purest form because they just don't care how you feel about it. And but it's good. I like this constructive criticism because it allows me to see myself in others' eyes, especially like how my mom sees me or how my dad sees me, how my sister sees me, how my little brother sees me. And I value this. And it's how they talk to me. And I gain so much from their perspective. So it allows me to develop as a person. And so I can better myself for them and for myself as well. So my mom usually come talk to me. I would tell, like, she would talk to me about her situation, what she's going through. But with my dad, it's harder. I have to go ask for it, you know. It's like, oh, how you feeling? And he would just say, oh, I'm feeling sick and all that, you know. With my little brother, he's very quiet, but I have to dig it out of him sometimes because he's a little hard sometimes to reach. But my sisters and them, they're very close with me because we grew up really from having nothing to okay, now I would say we're doing better than we were before. So it's just that's how our relationship in at home with.
To be honest, we've never really touched that since we were little. I think it just happens like, mommy, I don't feel good, like I feel bad, like that. But we weren't aware that that's a part of like the mental health conversation that we would have with our parents and stuff. I think it's just a normal thing, but even my parents doesn't realize that was something to do with mental health until we start living far away, separate countries. And then my mom also experienced that when she was studying in New Zealand, how hard it is to be a student, new life in a new country. So luckily with that, we were able to identify that like the talks that we were having, it's like leading to the mental health state of the family or other people.
Seita kuliah kona ba saúde mental iha umalaran. Na hause la kuliah idane tamba. Comparação kona ba saúde mental hau hetan traumático barak liu umalaran. Tamba hetan ami iha manerua. Hato kara kuliah det hau la share. Nene mas halo comparativo entre hau nia siblings sira katak hau moris mai ho físico hanesane. Haunia alen sira kabien sira moris mai ho físico nebe que sira tete katak normal. Husirane o hira hau atu protesta ba hau ni malarang katak. Imi koko atu fo coragem ba hau seimina fatin kuliah hanesane buat nebe mak hau senti mak isolado hau niang hau moe. Nebe sira responde ba hau nebe que la merece para tu husi familia tu responde. Apalagi emang nebe que basically wita makasai lefuan sira. Nebe ka ofende fila falita. O merece o ne memang mau pliuk buat apa untuk apa waktu hetan support resian sini. Dalam rumah hau responde husira ne ho tanis det. Tanis before matang sira considera dalam barak husi stigma ida tan husi malaran sira. Ita tu kontra buat lia los. Atu ita label senti fila fali. Ka iha muris trauma ne larang. Be halo ita silêncio, halo ita labele kuliah sai justiça ka. Lili justiça heu malaran antes itu kuliah justiça sira iha liur. ita quando atu copo atu kuliah sai sira considera ne wan ida na beke mais malcriado. Mas que ita reta na intimidação pusi sira.
I live in a pretty big family. I have a lot of siblings, and as the oldest, and I'm Gen Z, right? And so my parents are, Gen X, millennials. These are not the things that they talk about when they were, um, kids, or when they were going through like, pre-adulthood and etc. So, as the first one in my family to know a little bit better about mental health, to be educated on the topic, and also experience it firsthand, I think I carry a moral obligation to bring those things uh, in our conversations. Of course, my parents were not as welcoming as I thought they would be, or I'd like they would be to be as welcoming. But I try to like inject or like put little hints and little like sprinkles of like mental health topics in conversations. Or really, if it was a bad day for me, I would not be hesitant to talk about it, but then it's different with my siblings too, right? And I think that also comes with your own personality, and also how close you are with your parents. But for me, it's not that like it's taboo or anything, but it's it's not on top of, it's not the number one thing that you would bring up as a topic of conversation, I would say.
Ya melarang mental health nih lau saya buat mak kami bela kuliah kami kuliah often tambah maybe how nung tene mungkin tambah nungka tu hasai topiknya ba iya conversação or maybe ladung ladung senti comfortável atu sira atu kuda sai ba itaninya pai ka mai ka família or itania aling sira ya ninya poin maka ladung ini buat mak ladung kuliah ya di família.
First thing first, saya makahalo maka how I distance myself from technology. Buat hoto telefoni, laptop, hanya saya datang camera hotu, iremos how husik sai hotu, how subar tia chave, how chave tia, ou armário how chave tia, depois chave na todok tia, how dok ang husi teknologia siro totu, depois being on the present. Segundo maka of course ba gym ou mas how value pon how stress, how value pilates. Ho hanya motor, how scrolling around it. Hare. Okay. Ano terceiro? Quarto, lahat maka how gosta los atu ya, han sonho how dia na gosta tem. No, ikasliu maka how halo digital detox. Hani social media se how upload tutu. So, first of all, talk to a friend. Segundo ne mak, oi, ne how descobre ne how cyber eliur. Do the things that makes you happy. Thing is to continuing with the do the things that makes you happy. Distract yourself. Honestly, distract yourself with anything that you can find. Me, retail therapy. The fourth thing will be express it. Babe, express it. Ou tu tanis ga, ou tu akilar, halare. Tamba dala barak, how descobre kata por exemplo, ansiedade kona durante exame. How tem ser tanis de 5 minutos. How tanis de 5 minutos, continua a falar hala. Tanis bus mouse ne bok ela senela de. This I was like, this plan will not draw itself, but you can cry like this. On the spot. I just cried on the spot. So like literally express it. Oto akilar, saiba faculdade hakilar. No one really cares. Ya malanya raine sang pronto diferente sinene be. How senti tamba saiba tibarai liur ma. Ita começa a compreender ona things, there are things beyond here, Timor, let's say. Agora, the 15 is to reevaluate.
Maneira barak los maka how sempre halo bahira hawa tan situação de maka difícil. Maybe ideia geral, banhir how ia situação nema ka difícil, how koko atu halo buat nema ka how enjoy. Enjoy ne la precisa atu usa osan, bebe enjoy how ne maneira rasi. How ema nema ka gosta tem, maybe la significa I'm a chef. How ema nema ka gosta bake, but I'm not a baker. Iha parte seluk maka how gosta ba lau iha tasi, tamiran henesan halo para ita refresh my mind. Pois mai fela fali no iha situação de nema ka todan liu. Normalmente dala barak ni henesan ita iha serviço nema ka barak liu. Então ita latene o insa ita tu halo lu kira nebe. Então maneira ida tu halo nema ka hawa tu choose which one is my priority and no importante no atu halo sedu heneba. I wrote down how hakere ko tu ida nema ka importante no urgente sirene. Ne para ursida hobil hale katak, okay, I've done this. That is like, yeah, ihatan atu halo, maybe we have done some of it. So it's gonna like, we're gonna go through it. So that's what I normally do.
After letting everything flow through the emotions, everything flow through my mind and my body, and then talking to someone, and then use healthy ways to cope. The fourth is I try to analyze the situation and then see really what is at least one thing that I can take, one action I can take, either that day or at that very exact moment, um, for me to ease the anxiety or to solve the situation. Just one action. I tried to put it in my to-do list or wherever. Just something that one actionable things I can do to help. And then the last thing is, I think it goes back to the first point is, after I let the emotions flow, I talk to somebody, I seek help, I take action, I would let time take care of the rest. I think whatever comes out of it, at least I did what I can to control. And I think I'm a person who likes to be in control of my life and the things around me. And so if I know that I did something to to be in handle of things, to be on the steering wheel, that's all I can do. And I'll let time do the rest. See how the situation unfolds.
Get some sun on your skin. Get some sun on your skin. Go out, do some physical activities. I would say the things that I usually do is probably that. And next would be, you know, uh, open podcasts about problems that you're facing, because I like to see point of views of people who has studied the problems that you're facing, because they do like deep studies on this, and sometimes their words just slaps you sometimes, and it just touches the core. And what else? Oh yeah, yeah. And just read some books. Read some books, because I feel like there's more to life to explore and to build than just to stay in a dark corner of depression.
Em primeiro, maka tem que criar regulamento e reunião assim. Só tem que toba tu hora, só tem que han tu hora, só tem que halo atividade na mesma que na bela tempo barak leu. Então, dalam rumah, ita descansa lá tu horas semua, jadi nemos impacto tu baik tanya saúde. Então, jadi maka ida maka hal tem que halo calendário baik han yang calendário indivíduo baik han yang. Ida tam maka hal tem que halo exercício mengira atu ita labele nervoso tu a menos ita nia estressida. La precisa barak 30 menit, então temos suficiente hora para pensar ita labele terlalu emoção e ita nia assim. Ida tama ka ita tem que ir lá ao site o se fati na bema que ita sente lá seguro. Nessa andala rumah ita real soro serviço básico na mesma que ela bela responde outro, então temos bela halo ite stress. Então ita precisa buka fati na mesma ba healing, fati na mesma seguro ka lolong tolu ka semana ida fati na mesma hak mate, então ita bela expressa itanya energia negativa sira, então ita bela simu fale energia positiva sira. Ida temos importante. Ida tama ka hang na mesma ka ita tem que hang trato. Ida temos importante venida ita la cuidado itinya saúde mental. Han se bema kita precisa han se kita sinti dia han bema que la merece então la precisa han. Então tenemos belo impacto baitanya stress na moto. So idane ida tam maka how tingki lao bareza. Tenemos dalam rumah how sempre menghilangkan rasa stres. Também maka how labela tu kura então how tingki bareza. Tambah jane nyaman juga how menghira how asal problema rumah resolve dia então how tingki to paiha dalam rumah barate dalam rumah bayar fating guru sira na bema hakmatik então how bele kuliah buat bema kau sinti. Jane atau hasain how energi negatif sira na bema dalam rumah how asal ia uma dalam rumah serviço fating dalam rumah torang na bema kau tla bele espesa ia mabarak nyo então how tingki espesa ia fating hakmatik sira sini dalam rumah baik rate basunulilin sambil kuliah hanya problema sini ho iharate mes.
Okay.
So it's just one of the experiences that shaped me. So one of my most recent relationship past, I've grown. I think that's where I started to learn to put a value on myself, and also to understand that not everything you do to that person they will reciprocate. So no matter how long or how much effort you put in, if that person just don't want to change, you can't do anything about it. So like it is time to let go. When you let that go, the process is very hard.
Right.
It's just everything that's leading to the point where okay, this is done is chaotic. Like it has turned my world upside down in good ways and bad ways, but still, it shows me that no matter how hard you worked like you worked on something, let's say, and like the things you're working on is specifically for someone, just that someone, and they do not reciprocate, it's not worth it, and it's very wasteful. Let's say wasteful time of your life.
I think over the course of my life, I've dealt with, you know, losing somebody who's close to my people who are close to me and close to my heart. And I would say there are very different ways that I take in order to deal with the loss and to grieve. If it's someone who is a family member or is a relative, I like to put it this way. I think I grieve collectively in a sense that I grieve with my family, I grieve with my relative, and I think that brings me closer to my family and try to fill the gap that was left, by the passing of someone that I loved. And so, for instance, I think when I lost my grandpa about 5, 6 years ago, um, that brought me closer to my mom, my aunts, my uncles, and everyone, my cousins, everyone in my at least core family. And so I really believe in that like collective like grieving, especially if it's a family member.
Ok, perguntas interessante, maybe how pessoal e uma experiência. Se Morris mai, a minha moto que na Instanolo, pai mãe completo, graças a Deus. Se 2020 ou 20 anos, né, maka hau lakon hau ne abona em rua. Talvez sira fila ho idade ne maka 100 anos, de falei 100 e 102, 98 anos, nebe sira fila ho idade de maka ita bela dehan bot. Então, em momento ne bane, ita sente anesan lakon ema, maybe ita mos recognize kata kamus reconhece kata sira idade tojo ni, kari kirande destino, no, how kogo atu simu realidade, ni maka iha. You cannot forget what happened. You just have to go through it. Keep in mind, it's happened for a reason. Maybe what nimo acontece ninyan, I just accept it. And it's not easy to accept the reality. It's go through a lot of process. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Life is just a temporary. So we have to enjoy whatever we have.
How to agora, pessoalmente, vamos experiência com a vida, né? A primeira vez, how sorry, né? Eu senti lakon, senti nisan, wahira rona a primeira vez que tá how ne pai laiona, então, buatnya nisan itania hanoi nessa pausa de repente, é mas sorry ita larona. Depois lá tentamos relação né bem meeting, depois ita botona, então ita tem relação né, logo relação amang onde, bem relação ida emocional, mas ita conexiona, depois ba fisicamente mas ita muito com a to, how 18 anos. Então, ir ao rone né, how sinta nessa mundo né cyclotia, how entre how hane paidet, how fear né, misal ser kalau fear how hane paidet, não estamos sendo né acontece. E né também foi a primeira vez lá com a emana bem cabeça kita. Então depois ida né, how koko atu Hanoi Vila Valley kata buat ser nene normal acontece, tambah moris ne temporário det, lá permanente. Então mundo ne mas lá permanente. Ita troca geração por geração, ita troca sane hanesa mo so mate. Então o koko tu primeiro o tanis hawa killer buat ser normal. Ita tu tanis kita tu killer, tu ita lahang, ida ne la belesi. Amebe da rumah mas how prática no ida ne la dun dia, to how la koi how disconnected yo ema. Tama sente nessa hane mundo ne magnera tona. Lá com hane amang hane mundo maneira tona. Hane futuro ne layar tona. Mas be how koko tu accept ida ne. Depois de how simu kata hane ama layona. How koko tu hak basic amba emes han sorsoring. Emes han sorsoring siramos fosse ne inside me how kata ida ne normal. Depois how ba converso amo sira entre respeito ao how ba conversa outro para lo que hane hanoi. Kata buat ser nene acontece ba ita ne normal. Importante ita lá boina fata então ba meruamos ita mo se husik kundu ida ne. Intinya mak how koko tu simu realidade ne me acontece depois how lá na fati. Mesmo que how serviço da rumah how hanoi me be isine bukan na fati. Ita halo na fati ação sai hanesa normal, mesmo que ita ser kalua to agora ser kalua. Ser kalua se da rumah buat rumah ne memang trigger how ne halo how tanis, how sula ne tu malarang me be lah tene lakon ema ne balung ne be maka ita bose ne memang sa haluha la lais ne la haluha la ita bose ne memang ka bele move on la lais ne ida ne graça de ini me be me how pessoalmente to agora sidak bele
Foi em hira enfrenta-se com a tristeza que lá com patruma. E da lavara iha aik na noi kira katak quando o lako no inner child hanesan. O hakarak buat nebe mako precisa ho iha kik mebe ola hetan nia maneira ida watu healing nebe konkreta liumak watu sai fila fali buat nebe makulu kola hetan. Tambane how fo how nian didik how nian diliu ba how ne malu deficiência psicossocial ka mental health atu fo suporta ka fo kasih sayang ka domen buat sira uluk kik ita nunca hetan hanesan hakarak mo deslibar drare iha sociedade nebe que mais não discriminativo então how sai fila hanesan exemplar ba iha buat kik nebe que uluk how nunca mais satu hetan how koka tu promove direito em deficiência sira iha area rural atu hapara discriminação quando how lakon how inner child quando how lakon buat sira nebe que hetan busi uluk iha momento how ki então how hetan naik dia kira husi mas Indonesia líder karismatik kira husi religião islâmico e nebe ni hanuring engkatak maneira de nebe que dia kliu atu o hetan fila fali oni masa kecil nebe que o precisa nebe ola hetan o makatu sai fali idane para o fila fali be maseluk indiretamente idane kura o senti kata ema seluk na contenti hetan domin husione hanes graça sida.
I'm never really good at it. I would just say, just cry. You know, that's what I would say. Just cry. Yep.
Okey, hanya mensagem ba ita hotu, fia katak, ita moi sempre asal problema. Então, maneira na bema ka ita tem que cuidado ita nyan é importante. No ita tem que valoriza ba ita nyan katak buat que quando bema kita halo, jadi benefício bot na ita, ela precisa bot na bema kita halo. Então, cuidado na fatin ni ita nyan atun ne la bele hasoro problema na bema que ita ni sorry. Então, na fatin halo contente no na fatin esforço ba buat na bema ka fo valor ba ia ita nyan rasi atun ne ita la bele hanoi bara kona ba problema tamba em hototu sempre hasor problema laos ita mesagdet dia kata buat na bema kita sinti dan ne ita bele resolve ho dia.
Diag haunia maluk sira nebe makari que agora ita bot sira sofre ou experiência ela ia a situação nebe mais difícil. Kari kita bot sira mak rona ela haunia ve point ne mental health ne ida ne normal bita bose significa quando imi ela mental health bema dia it's okay atu imi contente imi halo self reward halo det no imi ela situação ne bema ka low los ia base los sinta sana kupun hanoi ne bema laia los tena laia ema tu atu rona ou atu colia hahu se bot simples colia bita bose ne colia espelho yang kata agora how sente lá nessa seita bose sente seguro né então vai minha colega sira assim de kata imi colega sira toto ne iha minha besti sira iha dia basira hato basira lali que preocupa katak sira atu judge que underestimate la importante ita ni telefone sai ni conecta no ita kakuta kata kita release stress tane hasa kolia significa ita hasai tane stress tane kolia det no ikus liu problema ser nene temporário det Nebe lali que lori buat sene sai todan lori buat sene atu tama to ita ni carreira ita ni estudo se to sai estrago se to ne la belida please.
So, hauni mensagem ba sobrevivente shira, kao the survivor for the disorder mental health, la bela la con esperança, fiar katak na Roma ni hitani oin, fiar katak hitani mundo se mudança. Ita se hetan domin lolos enquanto ita rasik masai hanesan domin ngai be maseluk. Ita se hetan mundo nebe que liberdade, kusit não discriminação, galai bullying, sekarik ita rasik maksai hanesan ativista ba iha direitos humanos nian.
First, to look for yourself. Be aware of how you are. It's self-awareness. You just use whatever it is that you need to, but don't worry about other things until you fix yourself first, because only then you'd be very, how do you say, clear, and you'd be grounded on all your life opportunities, your standards. You'll build your standards will be, grounded like higher. So yeah, just be self-aware. Be self-aware and listen to yourself.
Okay, so for anyone who is, not having the best mental health day, or it's things are not going really well for you. Like I said previously, for all things there is a season. There's a season that your mental health might not be at the greatest at its peak, but also knowing that you have people around you who can help you, who can lend you a hand and help lift you up, and those support system, they're going to be the one who's going to be there for you, and make use of it. Talk to people, seek help, and just put yourself together, knowing that you'll be up at a higher peak.
Do something, explore, build something. There's more to life than just staying in a dark corner.
For mental health this year, everyone keep in mind, it's okay to not be okay. You are a human being. You are not a robot. Yes.